Like,
All right, now we're okay. Okay, now we're live. I'm live here with Alo Azimov, and this is Jeffreycast. Back in Shutdown, episode number 3. Notice my image, not very happy. Anyway, so okay, yeah. All right, so yeah, how are we doing in lockdown?
alive. What day are we? We're episode day. The days have turned to episodes, Jeffrey. We are day 18 of the lockdown in Montreal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lucky number in Judaism. 18 means life, so I'm living. I'm alive. Woo! It's also my mom's birthday, which is pretty
Happy
lucky.
birthday. Happy birthday to Mom. What's your mom's name?
Well, I don't want to give her name away because my last name is showing. So if I give away her first name, people will just be able to find her. So gonna keep that.
Happy birthday, Alo's mom. How old is she today?
59.
59. Okay. Oh, almost as old as me. Okay.
Telling me.
Hey?
It was a bad joke. I was like, "Are you my dad?"
Okay. Oh. All right. Thank you, Alo's mom, for having Alo.
Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this show. I know that's a stuck up line, but let's roll with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Alo is a great hugger. He could have won the award for best hugger, comedian hugger for 2019. Some people give bear hugs, you barely feel it, but with Alo, you really feel it. You really feel that you haven't been hugged until you get an Alo hug. So
I'll hug the shoulders. It'll be a good hug because no one likes a bad hug.
Yeah.
I have given bad hugs, and I remember them. So they're few, but when they do happen, I remember them. Oh, they are awkward. Like, have you ever given a hug where you're like afraid to hug someone, so you're hugging them from a distance, like this? Not a good hug. Let me tell you. Thank you. You flatter me with huggery.
Yeah, a lot of people just give like a 3-second hug, like, okay, 1, 2, 3. How you doing? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Hugging is a lost art because of the pandemic. It's gone for a year now. Oh my God! Don't count it.
Yeah, that's a question. I wonder when we'll be able to go back to hugging again.
I know the hug countdown is real.
Yeah. Yeah. So in the news last week was this Amy Conehead. Well, they call her Conehead. Amy Coney Barrett's nomination and confirmation. The confirmation hearings was all last week, and then they're going to put it to a vote. And I came across this article. I could share screen it.
Oh, you got it right here. Nice. The argument they're making is.
So Amy Coney Barrett is a strong woman. Well, how strong is she? How much can she bench press? That doesn't make her a feminist icon. I mean, she's the furthest thing from the feminist icon that you could probably get. It's like calling her a feminist icon is like saying that Arnold Schwarzenegger in one of his movies could like actually give birth to a child.
Hey, you never, actually, if we might not be that far off in the future of Arnold having the child, but hopefully actor Arnold and not real life Arnold, whose child would it be? I don't know. Arnold, stay faithful. Yeah, they call her Conehead. How much could she bench if she's that strong a woman? I don't know, like 2 or 3 of her own, like her last name is Barrett. That to me sounds like a banister or like something heavy. So like, if you could carry 2 or 3 Barretts up a flight of stairs, you got to be pretty strong. Now,
I think in the future you might be able to actually call her a woman that acts like a feminist. Maybe if Arnold someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger can have babies, that's
like if Arnold could have babies, I feel like we're using "if Arnold could have babies" a lot like the expression "if pigs could fly," where there are. I mean, Arnold's cis man, but I know there's trans men who can give birth, and they're men. So, and they're working on these new procedures where you can have like a whole womb transplant. So, I think it's more likely for men to give birth than it is for Conan Barrett to be a feminist. But I'm not the one that gives the feminist card here. I'm not the one that says you're a feminist. I think it's because of her like pro-religious stance that could makes people like worry what like her rulings will be on women's rights. So yeah, like she's not really seen. She could be really competent, but that doesn't mean like she cares about other women. That's what I keep reading in every headline. Like,
yeah. So, like Senator Martha McSally said, you would normally have the feminists on the left lining up to defend her. So we're asking, where are those women? Like,
I can't find them. Where did they go? No one. Just one person. I just need one person to defend me. Come on. I was born a cis woman. Tell me, like, can you just throw a dog a bone? Come on, I'm a feminist. I recycle. I don't know. That's great that you found that.
The argument they're making is based on the following understanding of identity politics. Feminists claiming to be for women's empowerment are required to support all groundbreaking women. President Trump, by nominating women, has therefore removed sexism from the discussion, and now feminists are just whining hypocrites. Okay,
are we really going to listen to Trump on his opinions on feminists?
Yeah.
That's like listening to a school bully on their opinion about like people they stuff into lockers. Like you don't want like an oppressor telling you like calling you of course you'd be whining if you were dealing with like all the vitriol that comes from Trump. I'm trying to use big words like vitriol in case this goes on YouTube and we get censored. So vitriol, word of the day. That's a good article you found.
Well, this is being recorded to my YouTube channel, so
nice.
We're actually live right now for anybody who happens to catch this. I don't know.
Everybody.
And,
this is how big this room is. This big. This is how. The air wing.
Yeah. So anyways, I don't know. It's like one of these stupid articles that that's typical of the standard of journalism that's come out in the last couple of years or so. not just not incredibly exciting or bright, you know.
That could be a headline. Journalism today.
Yeah.
Not bright.
Yeah. So
or exceptional. Not exceptional.
Yeah. So there's a comedian, Lee Camp, who does shows on YouTube called Moment of Clarity, and he he weighed in on it, and anyways, I lost the video, but he's usually very vitriolic.
Like good vitriol, not like plum fish.
Very, very vitriolic, and his whole point is they don't like the Democrats are such idiots and such like weak people not to allow this to go through, and they'll never ask her the right questions. The important questions they'll never ask her because they're gutless, and like Jimmy Dore is he's like, he calls them like feckless.
Feckless. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, they're throwing the words.
And that's one of his nicer comments about them.
Oh, that's nice. Wow.
Before he gets really, really vulgar. It's so funny, but it's so hilarious to see him go into a rage and use all this vulgarity. Just unbelievable, and but meanwhile, I mean, what I think the feminist movement probably took a wrong turn, and it seems like, and then recently, more and more men coming out of the closet and transgendering. I happen to know.
It's not a verb.
Yeah, becoming, well, yeah, you could say that, who are, going transgender and with sex reassignments. Have a close friend that I lost touch with, unfortunately, and I was very close to her. She's transgendered male, so now she's female, and I feel very close. So sweet and everything. Feel very close to her, like she's a sister, and it was close, and but we lost touch, and she was living with her son, and she had to move away from the apartment because their other roommate was a guy who was brain damaged after being in a fight, and went to prison for assault. So he had to have he was hurt so badly they had to put a plate in his head. So the guy's like unhinged and brain damaged, and he was so hostile towards her. It's like what'd you do? You changed sexes. You're playing for the other team now. You're a traitor, and just was always so mean to her. And then when to the point where she just had to leave. And then after she left, he put a sign in the window saying a very insulting, derogatory kind of sign saying, no more Sarah, goodbye Sarah, nice knowing you, or something like that. But very, very nasty, So, this transphobia, the transphobic things, it's and in politics, I mean, now the judiciary is not even supposed to be so political, but it's gotten so partisan and so political. It was never meant to be so political, and it's like, Catholic religion could be a game changer, because it's so patriarchal and anti-women, and, it's a matter of your faith. Okay, you have certain beliefs, matter of faith, but it's so inimical to any semblance of feminism. And, and I think like Hillary Clinton, gave feminism a bad name. And she was like, how can we be sure she wasn't taking testosterone injections, like, like praising war crimes and political assassinations, it's like horrifying, and so I think men who realize their femininity and sort of change gender assignments. I mean, that takes a lot of courage, and you put up with a lot of stuff that's nasty. And but this friend of mine, Sarah, is very interesting because she came to realize that she was a nurse in a past life during the Second World War, and that she saw what the Nazis were doing to the Jews, and it was like it was disgusting. So, and she felt, even to the point where she felt guilty that she couldn't do anything about it to stop it, feel guilty, but you tell her, like, you've nothing to feel guilty about. It's nothing. None of this was anything you did, not your fault. But I think she was the reason why she wanted to change was she realized, well, no, I can't be a man anymore because I'm so disgusted with the gender that I have. I really feel like I want to be a woman, So,
I mean, we should probably mention that I'm trans and I'm binary, because otherwise you're just telling me about someone you knew who went through, a medical transition.
yeah.
You're telling me how you went out of touch, but also it makes sense, unfortunately, because the living situation that you knew your friend was going through, even though you were as close, you felt it sounded very dangerous. I don't really know what to say about Hillary Clinton. I don't really know what to say about the judiciary being political. The Holocaust was pretty bad. World War II is pretty bad. I don't know what motivated your friend to transition. I just know that it doesn't really hurt anyone to transition, and it really helps them. I mean, if someone has like a personal gripe with it, like that roommate, I don't know what to say, but like, yeah, like, I hope you get in touch with each other. I hope that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's yeah. I don't think like testosterone makes people into war. I don't like hormones or hormones. Like I don't think testosterone equals war. Like I don't think. I think money equals people being invested in war. I think. I don't know how I feel about Hillary Clinton, and I don't know. Like, you could say that to a ton of people. Like, you put feminism back. You put feminism back 50 years. Like, it's like, it sounds more like a comeback to someone. Like, I'm, I honestly think Hillary Clinton was a better choice than Trump, but I think anyone's a better choice than Trump, as we've seen in the last 4 years. So it's not like a compliment. I'm not giving her a compliment either. But,
yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
you know, like anyone that has the semblance of being presidential is better than Trump. So, but you know, there's still the military-industrial complex. There's still the prison-industrial complex. There's still all these
Right.
issues,
Yeah.
whether it's Biden or Trump, like they don't go away. So, I mean, it feels both political and corporate, and you know, it doesn't seem to be like. I'm not gonna be like if Biden wins, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, time to sit back and relax.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all for like people getting into their feminine side. Just like I don't think you know it's gonna stop corporate greed and warmongering, unfortunately. But it's still fun. You should still do it.
Yeah. 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 I guess I mean, like she is who she is, and but people are giving up on people on the right and the left, so it
So yeah,
doesn't.
definitely.
Yeah.
People are dropping like flies and not like
Yeah.
death, like leaving.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Um.
Yeah, it's so like.
Right.
Did you want to talk about?
So what you're going through right now is
Mhm.
it seems like you're coming to terms with like your how you really feel about your gender as being identifying yourself with trans femme.
Yeah, or
And
I just say demi girl. That's my gender. Just demi girl. Just simple,
half. Okay.
like partial, like kind of a woman, kind of just neutral. Nothing like that's it. Like just kind of a woman, and then kind of in the middle. Like that's it. Like just partially a woman, but also partially not a woman. Like I don't feel like 100% a woman. I feel like maybe 80%. And I'm sure there's a lot of non-binary and trans people that don't feel like there's trans women who are 100% women, and then there's trans non-binary feminine people who are just like me. So you know, but then there's like, I mean, that's also a gender identity that like a lot of people who are non-binary feel that aren't trans. So like, I just happen to be trans and a demi girl. So like that's kind of why I specify, because like I don't know, I really don't identify as a man, but also like I really identify as like closer to a woman. So, and like all the parts that are a woman are trans. I don't know. Like it sounds like I'm just trying to explain a math problem here. Like
Yeah.
parts
Yeah.
are
So the
trans,
way you feel,
parts
so
are a
it's like
neutral person, and together they make me.
it's like the way you feel inside, how you identify yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah.
gray, like mixed
Yeah.
with feminine. I don't want to give femininity doesn't have a color, but there's definitely some gray there, and then there's and then femininity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think like now, more recently, is more acceptance of like sexuality in terms of like more like gay or non-binary or
Well,
you
non-binary is not sexuality.
know, yeah. Or I
They've
mean, yeah,
they've
not I
updated
mean
to like
gender. I mean
yeah
genders like no, like it used to be if a man wore pink, they would think he was like feminine, effeminate.
yeah, not just a snappy dresser. I know.
Yeah, yeah. So it was kind of like more defined. If you're male, you have to act this way. If you're female, you should act this way, and it was rigid. You know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think a lot of that stuff though came from like commercials, like trying to sell like toys and all kinds of things. I don't know if it was like I think it was from the 70s. Like there was like advertising and uh not just advertising, but there was also like some like tests on how sex was interpreted and how like sex chromosomes and like the mistake of sex equaling gender, and that those studies were used to justify also like selling certain toys. And like the reason why I've looked into this is because like I've been looking into like parenting in terms of like what do parents do when they want to raise their kids with like where they're not afraid to wear pink or blue, or they're not it's not so strict. So like I'm always interested into like how do these mindsets happen, and like I don't know if it like for some reason I feel like it's like advertising really made like that in of gender like really rigid. But
Yeah. Yeah.
you can probably go back in time and like see like different cultures being rigid with gender and other cultures not being. I don't know. Like I'm not an anthropologist, so I can't dig this up. It's,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm buried under all this dirt on. But do you have any questions about gender that you were curious about, or just things you noticed, observations?
Um, it's interesting. It's more a question of a gender identification. You know.
Yeah,
Um, uh, but like today, you don't have to. It's less like you don't to you do less to prove yourself. There's less lines between what is typically masculine, what is typically feminine, and
yeah. There's also androgyny. There's more options.
that's it. Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's at least three socially I don't know, like you kind of just have to be yourself, I guess, because there's like it can be justified under like look, if unfortunately a lot of like I I notice like a lot that like is socially acceptable with gender in terms of like what norms people are willing to accept, like what's advertised or what people are comfortable with. Like there's a lot of things that aren't feminine enough, or they aren't masculine enough, like the pink shirt back in the day, or uh, things that aren't androgynous enough. Like there's things that just kind of fall out of those categories of presentation, and then they don't count. Like anything from body hair to pink shirts to like earrings to like all kinds of things, you know, are interpreted differently and culturally.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
hand holding, that's a big no, not just because of the pandemic. You know, like, and then like,
Yeah, that's the thing is like with the women, it's like two women who are friends walking down the street holding hands. Like, I mean, nobody,
yeah,
like,
bad guy.
you know, nobody, nobody's going to look twice, you know, but if it's two guys, they would say, oh, they're gay, you know?
Yeah, or like,
Yeah,
yeah, they're judged, and then, you know,
yeah,
there's like stereotypes, or just stereotypes upon stereotypes. Yeah. Um.
yeah,
When I was younger, I was with some friends in Saint Agatha, and just for fun, I don't know, we were all holding hands, and we got all these looks from all these people. Like people were not like, you know, because like it wasn't just like, oh, that stereotype, but it was also like, oh, how dare you be? How dare you even think? How dare you even make us think that you're gay? So people were like really giving dirty looks, and you know, and I don't know, like I wasn't out or anything at the time, so I felt kind of bad thinking about that back now, because like because like I deal with that anytime I'm like dating a guy, and then someone sees me and then just like gives a look, like, you know, like I so yeah, hand holding, you can get that. You can get that just if you're standing close to another guy. Like there's a lot of weird um like social norms that are very restrictive on like what you can and can't do if you're perceived as a man, or perceived
yeah,
as a woman, or perceived androgynous as either a man or a woman. People can't tell, and like, and that's it. Like, people don't like non-binary. You have to explain to people transgender. You have to explain to people, but it's not like it's not new. Like what's new is like having the language for it, but this has been around like a long time. So says the non-anthropologist, you know. Um,
yeah.
like hand holding. What else were you thinking? Like, what are things that men can do that women get judged hard?
Even like, well, even like kissing. Women kiss, like women hug and kiss more than men, you know. Or,
Culturally, it depends on the country, but
but
I,
I mean, um,
I guess so.
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
Because I was when I past a certain age, when I was 14, like, you know, when you're a little kid, you would kiss like if it was like a relative or a friend of the family,
Right.
you know. But like when I was 14, it wasn't, you know, like my father didn't think it was acceptable anymore because, you know, because after a certain point, well, you're a man now. Men don't do that. So that was the whole, you know, that
Did,
whole thing.
did you have
So
a bar mitzvah?
yeah, yeah.
So that's so weird. Like after I had a bar mitzvah, no one was like, "You can't kiss men," you know, like no one was like, and like the weird thing is, it's not men. It's like you can't kiss members of your family, which is like, isn't that more
Yeah.
of a European thing? Like we're in Montreal. What about the cheek to cheek? I know no one's doing that with the pandemic now. It's the mask to mask.
Yeah. But in certain cultures, I think in like in Ashkenazic culture, it's more frowned upon, but like in Sephardic culture or Arab culture, it's commonplace. They do it. They'll openly show affection that way, and it's acceptable. You know.
Yeah, I I mean, yeah. So it's also cultural, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
it's true. In certain cultures, women can kiss, but I mean, like, I don't know, like in cultures that are homophobic, it's also hard for women to even kiss friendly without it being taken the wrong way. So like there's all kinds of restrictions because like gender and sexuality are different, but like anything considered like not heterosexual, not like man woman, like just gets othered. It gets
But like Sephardic culture, Sephardic meaning it's like originated from Spain, and they migrated to other Arab countries, Africa and other Arab countries, and like Latin America. So it's like it's that Latino. It's the Latin culture, Latino culture, more expressive, more emotional, which I found growing up. It was there was a lot of emotional repression.
Sure, I don't want to generalize, but yeah, I would agree with your experience growing up. Like, no one's a better expert of that than you. Like, yeah, I also dealt with a ton of emotional repression, both because of like how my gender was perceived, but also because of my culture. So sometimes it's two things in society being like, those feelings you have, bottle them up, and then sell them. I don't know, as feelings in a can. Here's my anger. It's been stewing for 28 years. Would you like some? It's a frothy mixture. It's no, it's difficult. I'm lucky. Like I was only like emotionally repressed until recently. Some people, it's like their whole lives. Like I'm kind of working on that stuff now in therapy, but it's hard. I mean, I'm willing to listen. I'm here.
Yeah.
Not all night, No, we don't have all night, but I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not only is there like transphobia or homophobia, there's like, I guess you might call it like emophobia, fear of emotions.
Is that what we're going to call it?
I'll coin a new term now for Wikipedia: emophobia.
We got an exclusive on the show: emophobia, emotophobia.
Emophobia.
I was scared. Yeah. Oh, yeah. People are definitely.
And it goes with like different. It varies from country to country and culture to culture. Canadians generally don't emote as much. They don't get so worked up like Americans,
Yeah.
and like the British, it's like, I mean, they can get worked up, but they have a kind of like very sarcastic, kind of like ironic or wry sense of humor. They mastered the art of having a wry sense of humor, and it comes out like with comedians. British comedians comes out with their humor, and like Ricky Gervais, right? The way he's he's a master at this kind of like these underhanded insults and jokes of stuff and other celebrities. So, but I mean,
I like how he went from emotional repression to Ricky Gervais. Oh, let's give you a recommendation for the show. Recommended comedian of the night, Ricky Gervais. Check him out.
Yeah, but I mean, it's cultural. I mean, it's very. I mean, it varies from culture to culture.
It does. It varies. It comes in all shapes and sizes, from repression to fear to shutting down. Shutting down. Oh my.
Yeah.
We go deep into these personal topics. I'm like getting a little of emotional whiplash right now. Oh, I'm trying to keep my head on.
Yeah. 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 Okay. So I want to pause for a public service announcement. Can you read this?
That's a beautiful public service announcement. I just was not expecting.
Yeah. Okay. So,
You worked hard on that. Like, that's
but
great.
cannabis, and I have a disclaimer though on the bottom. Cannabis is not a drug. It's a herbal supplement. You know.
Yeah, don't do drugs. Cannabis. Wink.
With the maple leaf on one side and the fleur de lis on the other side.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's some love. I didn't see that part, but that's some love. That is some love. So have you been checking out any podcasts during the pandemic?
Oh yeah. I get into a routine. I go into different podcasts like Jimmy Dore's stuff. Jimmy Dore's podcasts when he's like tears apart politicians and stuff and goes into a rage sometimes. And Michael Moore, you know,
Yeah.
Michael Moore's stuff, Rumble, his podcast Rumble. It's a
good name.
He's very good. Like, yeah. And you know, he says a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't like him because he just says a lot of stuff that people don't want to hear. They just don't want to admit that that's going on, you know. And,
for Michael Moore?
Michael Moore, yeah.
Yeah, you know what they say, the truth sayer is not a big seller. I don't know. Like, not the one making the big bucks. It's pretty well known, but still, like, no one wants to hear. Like, he actually was the one who predicted all those swing states would vote for Trump, and like, that was terrible, but it was true.
Yeah. He made the right.
I know it's terrible. It's like, I'm sorry. I don't want to know. You know what? I don't actually want to know what he thinks about this next election because I might be depressed. Like, at the answer. Like, you know, there's a groundhog that sees his shadow, and there's Michael Moore, predicting the apocalypse. You know, for like a few more months. Can you believe only 2 weeks left before this election? Like maybe 2 weeks.
No, like, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks from Tuesday, so like 2 weeks and 2 days, just about.
Oh my god, that's crazy. You know, I actually came out as non-binary a little bit after Trump was elected. Because I was like, the world's ending. Like, why am I hiding this secret about me? Might as well just tell people. So.
I think a lot of people want to be never mind non-binary. Just a lot of people want to be non-Biden.
Yeah, but like, what's the alternative?
Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot to, poke fun at. I have a friend in Kingston, Ontario. He's older than me. He's 70, and his daughter like changed sexes, so she's transgender. And she like went through a lot of health problems to boot and everything. Plus, like all the hormones she's had to take to switch to male. And I mean, he was very accepting of it, and his what her his wife too. There was didn't have that much of a problem with it. And he was just very upset. He didn't care about what gender, whatever gender she chose, whatever gender she was. It's just, it's my daughter now, and that's it. So, but she really had to go through a lot. So he sends me a lot of memes and the Imgurs, those Imgur
that website.
Pictures and videos and a lot of stuff like that, and articles, and sometimes I like sending back to him sarcastic commentaries on what he sends to me, and to get make it really very, very outrageous, with the comedic twist. And he says, "Oh, thank you for that, by the way. It's very entertaining."
Yeah, that's not a great thing to hear after. Here's my joke. Yeah, very entertaining. That's great. Did it make you laugh? Did you smile? Did you have a chortle? Did you have a belly laugh? Anything? Did it make you feel a different emotion? Yeah, it was entertaining. It's good. Thumbs up. That's what I can't stand right now. That's my one thing I can't stand with the lockdown. Where's the laughter? I think you saw me. I was trying to find shows last time we saw each other pre-lockdown. I was just like, was there a show? Was there a show? Tell me, was there a show? Can I perform here? Can I perform? I knew I was going to go into some weird comedy withdrawal depending on the length of this lockdown.
Oh, speaking of that, one of our comedy friends is really having, he made a post, and he's really having a lot of problems with it. It's really, he's melting down. I really felt in his post that it was having a meltdown.
Well, this sounds
over stuff, all this stuff closing. And I can't do comedy. I can't do shows. They close everything. What is this? Why do we have to shut down? Why?
Yeah.
It's, yeah, but it's a lot. It's so much collateral damage, and relegated to doing material on Zoom and behind webcam, hiding behind webcams and doing shows like this or shows or comedy shows on Zoom or Google or Jitsi or but I mean but at least it's different that you get people from all different places, who come on the show. So
I mean, yeah, you got guests. It's never been easier to find a guest.
Yeah.
You have multiple countries to choose from, not just yours. Multiple.
I did a show Friday night with this guy out of Michigan, somewhere outside one of these small towns outside of Detroit, Michigan. And he was saying that he did a show where it was Australians. It was based out of Australia. So it said, "Oh, it was great. It was so cool to be in Australia, you're virtually in Australia. But it was so cool to be virtually in Australia for an hour,
We're gonna need that when winter hits. We need to have virtual Australia time. Get it in a bobble. We need that. Yeah, we need that.
Well, it's springtime there in Australia now.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
We went through our spring too fast.
Yeah. It wasn't much. It was kind of a downer. It wasn't much of a spring. because couldn't do much. But
I'm just making faces, but that's how I yawn.
The summer was just when things get started, and I was really picking up momentum with the bookings, with the shows, and then okay, red zone, shut, and
no, yeah.
Now they're talking about what's going to have to go past October 28th. And,
whoa, I haven't even heard of that. For real?
Yeah.
That's the worst Halloween present I've ever heard.
Yeah. And they're talking about we can't have big Christmas parties,
Yeah, I mean, that's just good because people get too drunk and it gets like really out of hand. But no. But seriously, that's sad. That's you need a wild Christmas party. I mean, how else are we gonna know when it's time to put out milk and cookies for Santa and not pass out on the couch so he comes? I don't know. Like, I didn't really grow up with Christmas. I'm more of a Secret Santa type, and those parties aren't big. They're not like awesome parties, They're just like the biggest thing that goes right is like you get these big dishes of food, and you're like, I'm so happy that and you can't do that anymore. So that's sad. Like you don't have to do that holiday meal, I guess, or that.
I remember Christmas time when I was working in different offices, and we did the Secret Santa thing. Where you give a gift to someone, but they don't know who it's coming from. So, but some of the things I got as gifts, like, oh, that's okay. Let it stay a secret. I don't want to know who gave me such terrible. Just let it stay a secret. Don't tell me who. Just let it stay a secret. I don't want to know. Just let it stay.
I want to keep liking all of you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of like, it's a weird It's a weird time around Christmas time. It's like a weird time to be Jewish, like like I mean, you hear Christmas carols everywhere you go, and you kind of want to sing along, but you feel kind of stupid if you're singing, sing.
Most of them are in French, so I just pretend I know the words, and it's fine. But my accent is so bad, I feel stupid anyway. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I mean, there'll be a lot of virtual Christmases, virtual parties.
Oh yeah, just getting smacked at home virtually.
Zoom Christmases, and
Imagine.
Enjoy your Christmas this year on Zoom.
Yeah. Nothing like nestling up between the virtual screen shared fireplace.
Yeah.
Everyone like having like in the background stockings in their like green screen. Can't wait. Okay, every year everyone brings a dish because that's all you're going to be eating at the party. Your dish at home. Like when you bring a dish to a party and no one touches it in the Tupperware, you have to bring it back home. I've done that so many times. I'm just like, what? No one likes cantaloupe? No one likes salad? Why'd I bring a salad? Like,
it saves you from bringing it back,
Yeah. It's eating the whole fruit salad by yourself in one night. It's just sad. I've done that too many times at Christmas parties where I bring a whole fruit salad, there's punch and whatever, and like no one touches it, and they're like, "Gee, thanks." I don't know. Like, have you ever been so broke? You're like, I'm just gonna find some fruits I have, cut them up, fruit salad. You know, like that's I have 3 fruits at home. Here's here's my offering. All the
Yeah,
food that I have.
yeah, yeah. But it's kind of weird if you see like you're on a Zoom screen. There's 18 screens, 18 people on the screen of your laptop, and they're eating, and you're watching, you're seeing people eating, like, yeah, like stop at the plate, just shoveling it in.
Yeah. I mean, look, what else are you going to do when you're an anxious eater and it's over Zoom and everyone can turn off your camera? That's what you do.
Turn off the camera and mute yourself, For
real. For real.
Yeah.
It's going to be a wild Christmas, all right.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to all the TV shows being through Zoom. They did a show for Netflix called Social Distance. The whole show is in different actors' apartments through Zoom, and like, while I love that it's safe, I'm like, I can't watch like the characters in a TV show go through a pandemic. It's too safe.
Wow. That's the new virtual reality shows.
Yeah.
Just all these computer screens with people talking to other people on Zoom,
Welcome to my movie. Yeah. This is it. It's just me and you.
Yeah.
Look, unless like, the only time I ever want to see that is when it's like a movie about a ghost haunting like a screen sharing device, and then like maybe it's kind of scary. But other than that, like I don't want to see like how nicely lit people's apartments are. You know what I mean? I don't want to see like them renting nice apartments. Zoom call.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like when you see a TV, like a TV, like just like a hallway of TVs, like in a security room. Like it looks like you're watching like 9 different TVs.
But imagine if you're doing a set on Zoom, right, and you could see the people in the audience on your screen. So doing crowd work on Zoom is a lot different than if you were to do it live. It would be so like, hey, like, oh, I like your chair. Like, who died to leave you that chair you're sitting in?
Yeah. Oh.
Stuff like that. So,
Oh yeah, it would just be like death and pandemic jokes. Oh no. Yeah, crowd work. You're right. Crowd work realistically.
They kind of see everything. Like you see where people live and and where they're talking from, like,
yeah, you're roasting in their apartment.
Yeah.
Like I think you're predicting something right now. I think you're predicting it.
It's like kind of kind of weird, but I mean, but on Zoom you could use virtual background. So you could choose your own background, So if you're a nature lover, you could put a background of like trees, stuff like that. Says, oh, I see you're environmentalist. Okay. You're not shy about that. Like,
No,
you're pro trees. That's good. Good for the environment. It helps.
Everyone know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Does this stream live to YouTube, or do you have to save it and is it recording? I just want to know what's happening.
It records onto YouTube, but streaming, it's streaming live to YouTube for anybody who's catches it. I don't have many subscribers. I only have like 14 subscribers to my channel. So
that's high, all 14 of you. You know, that's good.
So but this will be uploaded it loads itself to my YouTube channel. So
you got to start somewhere.
Yeah. So it's good. I mean, this was it's good for adding content, having more content onto my YouTube channel, more videos. So
heck yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm happy we're doing this. You know, talking about Zoom crowd work still. I don't know. Like what do you do? Nothing. It's a pandemic. What do you like? How do you eat? I don't. You know, like what's crowd work gonna be like? What's your name? Never mind. I can just read it off your screen. Like, who's that with you? No one. You're at home. Like, what are they gonna use? What are you wearing? Like, for just this part of your body. It's gonna be a bunch of necktie humor. That's a funny necktie you have on. Can you breathe wearing that? Like, they're gonna run out of material, is what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
So you're like, you see a name. Oh, so Bob, are you? How you still have a job in the epidemic? You still have? Do you have an online job or something? Or So what do you do all day? I listen to podcasts and watch online movies and YouTubes and
Yeah. Living the dream, Bob. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bob is living the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go, Bob.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't get to compliment you on that microphone. That's a great, blue. It's just a great, shiny blue.
But scary. Like, I turn it on, and this Chinese woman shouts at me, "Your device is ready to pair." And then like 4 seconds later, it's like, "Your device is connected successfully." Okay, they don't have to shout at me. All right. I mean, it's a Chinese communist microphone. What can I expect?
That's going right over my head.
The Chinese, like these Chinese companies. I mean, in China, like, there's a lot of manufacturing companies, but it's all owned by the Communist Party. So, and there's all these people they were like virtually or literally like working for the Communist Party. All these like different like internet companies and high tech companies and other manufacturing companies, But I mean.
It's all capitalism. That's not a great system of its own. It's still capitalism. Like, it says it's communist, but it's still capitalism. It's still all like, get those profits, get those microphones made. Like, get them talking, make them scary. Like, that's gonna get more. That's what I find funny. Like, that's gonna get. It's gonna sell more of these and like make the margins meet if they have a scary voice. Make it blue, shiny and
Oh,
terrible.
she's like, it's like freaky because she comes on so loud and like, oh, like
That's too strong. That's
if
too
you're sleeping, like if you're asleep,
yeah.
if like you're asleep, that will wake you up,
Oh yeah, it's
you
the
know.
worst way to wake up. Being scared awake.
Like your device is successfully connected. Yeah. Well, okay. Thanks
I'm
for
awake.
telling me.
Stop
Thanks for telling me. Okay.
the scare. Yeah, I mean, I think I found my Halloween costume. Just like a robotic microphone.
Yeah. Imagine like then eventually they'll have houses that are all automated and like you'll have like AI, but it's all controlled and manufactured by Chinese. So you'll have a voice in your house like before you leave. It's programmed to say like, "Don't forget to turn off your lights." Don't forget to turn off lights. Okay.
No. I can't picture a house talking to me like that. That's terrifying. Shut off the lights. Okay.
Actually, it will be like what they would do it for you. So you would have, they know, like, is okay, my house, I'm leaving now. And they say, like, lights off,
Yeah, but that's a real horror movie. Like, that's
coming through the door. Hello, lights on.
Jeez.
That's our future. That's our future.
That's so scary.
AI.
AI. We'll have nightmares tonight.
Yeah, and I wonder why I have these recurring nightmares of people chasing after me and wanting to kill me. Where's that coming from?
Not this. Play it to you. No hints. No.
I did. Like I don't know. It's like it's a technology. It's like it's this the source of all anxiety and neurosis. Just
Oh, it's okay. Good. We can blame technology, not my own emotional deficiencies. Good.
This is technology. We're taken over by AI.
That's scary. Yeah, 100%. I don't know. I found it more convincing if I said 100%. It's this technology. It's causing my neuroses. Erotic vision. Let's just everything shaky cam and fast moving and my webcam's my webcam a nightmare now. This is fun.
Yeah. We have this bird. Well, we have this cockatiel for like a little over 2 years now. And for 2 years, we thought it was a male bird, but then recently realized, well, no, it can't be. Has to be female because because it's like the bird has curves. Like the bird is like plumped up, So the bird has has to be a she, Because we had a male bird before that died, and he was never like that plumped out. So I mean, she's now that it's just
the
coming
bird's
to maturity. It must be a she. It must be
just the ability to store fat.
Just like more, curvaceous. So.
Is that true? I feel like I need to read a science textbook now.
Which is it's a riff. Okay. Anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. anyways, I'm starting to run out of battery here. So,
Oh, then we should wrap up. I've had a lot of fun. Like, thanks for having me.
This was quite a slice. So,
Quite a slice.
okay.
Like,
Yeah. So for those of you who are going to see this, thank you for watching. And that was comedian Alo Azimov. This episode 3 of Jeffreycast.
thanks so
Back
much for having me.
in Shutdown. So that's it. Let's stay warm and stay safe.
Okay. Well, do I leave studio? What
Yeah, click on the leave studio.
Thanks so much. Take care.
Yeah, take care.